What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of the transmission replacement on this car. We are now going to remove and replace the distributor and spark plug wires. Now in my case, I'm going to be putting the old one back. I'm not actually replacing it, but I have to remove it to make room to get to my transmission. So I might as well, make a video about showing you how to remove and replace the distributor. Now, the first thing you want to do is unplug your spark plug wires so we can have a lot more room to work. And what you do is you basically, as I just showed you just pull up on them, and to remove them from here, they have a clip on the back that you push in. Actually, you have to push this in, and then you push the clip down, and then this should slide right out. Now don't worry about messing up the order because they are numbered, and if they're not, well, they're different lengths, so you can only put them back the way they came out, because you can't put number 4 and number 1 because it's not long enough. Alright, so now that you have the spark plug wires out, what you want to do is clean up everything around here. Actually, I'll remove this bracket too so that we can get more room to work. And this is a 14mm bolt. Now this thing is pretty tight, so there we go. Once it breaks loose, it's actually really loose, but it's initially pretty tight because these are actually supposed to hold up the, if you need to pull the engine out. And I think I'm actually missing a bracket over here. There's supposed to be 2, one here and one here, so they pull the engine out. So just take this off. I suggest putting the nut back on so that you don't lose it. And now what you want to do is disconnect this to get more room. And as I said earlier, you want to start cleaning up the area and removing all the grease with a wire brush. There we go. So basically we want to clean it up so that we can put a couple marks down so that when we put the new one, or put the old one back in, we can put it back exactly the way it was. So let's get a wire brush and start scrubbing. Now, technically one mark is enough, but I'm a freak, so I'm gonna make multiple. Let's get ourselves a 14mm socket, and actually a wrench might be easier. And what you want to do is loosen up the bolts. Actually, no, my bad. Before we do that, get yourself a tiny flathead screwdriver or some paint or whatever you want, and make a few marks. Just scratch some scratches, so that when you put this back in, you know exactly where to put it back. Each time I kiss you and hold you, life is one big symphony. Alright, now I put a couple marks down. Hopefully those are going to be enough. I put 3. One here, and one here. Now go ahead and loosen up these bolts. There it is. And the second one is non-existent because there's only one. So just go ahead and pull this out. So there it is, there's the distributor. Also be careful because some oil might drip, and if you have something to cover that hole with, that's a great idea because you don't want dirt getting into your engine. I'm going to clean this up with some paper towels very, very carefully. actually going to put some tape on it. I was going to get masking tape, but this is all I have right next to me. So electrical tape is going to have to do the trick. Well, that's good enough for now. I might come back and replace it with some masking tape. You don't need to do this if you're just replacing the distributor, but the reason I'm doing this is because I'm replacing the transmission, so I have to take everything off. Everything. So I don't want any dirt and dust getting in there. This is also a good time to check your spark plugs and see how they're doing. I already know how mine are doing, so I'm not going to bother, but if you want to know how to replace spark plugs, I have a video on that, and I'll make sure to link it down in the description. So go ahead and check that out if you're interested. There you go. Now let's go ahead and put the new distributor back. Alright, so to put the distributor back, we undo the little piece of tape that I put here. Okay, so apparently on this you cannot adjust the timing by turning the distributor. So I guess the marks that I made are pretty much useless. Don't forget to connect it. But yeah, they're pretty much useless. But better safe than sorry. Now you want to make this snug. Now all that's left to do is to plug in all of the spark plug wires. So go ahead and drop them down into the cylinders. This is cylinder number 1. It's always the one that is on the pulleys closest to the timing belt. My wires are also numbered, and so is the distributor cap. So I can't go wrong, but if yours are not numbered, then do number them before you take them off. Now, in case you're not familiar with this, the wires will not go 1, 2, 3, 4 or 4, 3, 2, 1. They actually go in the firing order, and the firing order for 4-cylinder engines is 1, 4, 3, 2. Now, I have this bracket, and I put it back because this actually holds the spark plug wires in. And that's it for installing the distributor. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know down in the comments if you have any comments, and stay tuned for more.